There's many ways to approach soloing. I get questions all the time on what scale should I use? Should I follow the chords, use chord tones, use modes? This can really be confusing. In this video, I will show you step by step how to build a guitar solo. So by the end of this lesson, you will have a better understanding how the chords and the scales connect to each other. This will give you a sense of melody when you play a solo. I'm going to keep this lesson simple and fun, so grab your guitar and let's get into it. Let's start at the beginning. Let's take a D chord. I'm sure you know it in those three areas of the neck. A D chord is made up of a D, F sharp, and A. Those three notes make up a D major chord. And no matter what order you put them in, it's still a D chord. So we should be able to play a good solo with those three notes, right? It does not sound good, so what are we missing? We need to create movement to those target notes. Let's add our friend, the pentatonic scale. So the D major pentatonic scale, the root note is on the 10th fret of the E string. I like to use my pinky so you have all your fingers covered here for each fret. D major pentatonic. So next, many guitar players use this note. It's the blue note, a chromatic note that's within the scale. Gives it a really bluesy sound. I use this all the time. Let's hear what it sounds like with this track. Everything fits right there. Now let's focus on the chord tones a little bit. D, F sharp, and A. Now it's starting to sound like music. We are using the structure of the D major pentatonic scale and just creating some movement to those notes of the chord. D to the F sharp, A, A note there, F sharp, and that little chromatic note really adds a bluesy feel to it. Right there to home base. Make sure you know where your home base is. And even when you do this half bend here, you're really playing the blue note. It's a really bluesy thing to do. So now that we have it sounding good with the one chord, let's move to some chord changes. Let's use the D chord, B minor, G to A. So all these chords are in the key of D major. What does that mean? That means they can be built, the three notes that make up each one of those chords, they can be built from the D major scale. That 7-note scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, that we've heard thousands of times, are how most chords are built. So quickly, we're looking at the D chord, which we already went over. D, F sharp, and A. B minor, B, D, F sharp. G chord, G, B, D, A chord, A, C sharp, E. Those are the notes that make up those chords, and they are all in the D major scale. So we know the chords we're going to use. We know some scales that will work over it, the D major pentatonic, the D major scale. But some of you probably are saying this is getting complicated. A great way to look at this, to simplify it, is to just stay in one part of the neck. We already know that the D major pentatonic is here. So let's look at the chords within these few frets here. I like to look at the little piece of the D chord here. Just, really just borrowing those three notes in the 7th fret, the D, G, and B strings. But you also have that here in the 12th, 11th, and 10th fret. A little piece of that bar chord. But we'll just focus on these notes. And then the B minor. A little piece of the bar chord. And then right here, a little piece of the B minor chord there. G chord right here. 9, 7, 8. And also the bar chord here. G chord. And then you have the A. 11, 9, and 10. That root note right there. And you can even look at the A chord here. This might take you a while to get these chord shapes under your fingers, but you really don't need to know every note of every chord. You just need to focus on a few of the chord tones and just where they lie within this D major pentatonic scale. If this lesson has been helpful, hit that like button. I really appreciate it, and I thank you so much for your support. So let me do a quick demo solo from what we've learned so far. All right, we're really moving along, but there's more. We can actually add the D major scale to what we've already learned in a linear fashion, going up and down the fretboard this way, taking the D major scale, 3rd fret of the B string, the D note, all the way up here to the 15th. So going up and down the fretboard this way with that major scale can really, really sound great and help you move from position to position. If you learn that D major scale, just right up to the 15th fret, starting on that 3rd fret, just walk right up. And there's a lot of ways to do it. Strike it twice and then slide up to the next note. Or same way back down. Start with the second note in the scale. I really challenge you to work through these ideas, and I really believe it will help give you confidence to really play from the heart. I had a blast doing this lesson today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully we'll see you soon.